We're back, and it is 2:55. Here we are. It is NewMutator, and I'm joined once again by 4 individuals. And this is an interesting map. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this.
Yo, Red farted.
We got
a
tower of techno fatties.
Paris asking us, "Whoa, who farted?" and then answering his own question in the future before he even asked it. Very interesting.
Well,
Some
you'll
time
know if
travel
it's,
going on. Yep.
You'll know if it's me because it smells like peaches.
Okay, so I'm joined by Paris, who's actually in this game.
Yeah,
Yeah. Go ahead and say hello when I introduce you to our watchers, people watching these videos. So that's Paris. Take 2.
Hello, how's it going?
All right, excellent. We also have Sormeron. Yeah. I'm getting okay. If I say it enough times, I'll get the hang of it. He's also joined us. He's from Sweden, I believe. So very interesting that he's joined us. I imagine it's really early in the morning for him. We also
9 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, or late, doesn't matter.
Early, late, doesn't matter. We also got a Slothman joining us.
How you doing, everyone?
And everyone's favorite Myther, Renwood.
You know it's still peaching it up.
Alright, so this is game 5 between Southern Parkians and the Name Changers. I'm really excited to bring you this game because it's down to the wire. I'm actually looking at the Southern Parkian force, going to be led by Giant Killer General, Homer, Browning, Eastwind, Ghengis Khan, Kruniak, Professional Killer, and Paris. So it's going to be a full team of 8 there in the east. Facing them, Ska's patented green color here. He is captaining for the Name Changers. Fire alarm is Limp. Substitute Norris is Shyster. Zach, Sam, Chen Kenichi is August, and captain. So it's going to be 7 players there for Name Changers.
This should be official Crayola color, Ska's color.
Yeah, it should be officially. It should just be Ska. But I noticed like who I was casting a game, and it was I was casting with Punk User. It was Name Changers versus R3. Kremisi was the other captain, and it was like a blue color and Ska's green color, and they were
game on.
They were like, it was like, when you go to the grocery aisle and and you see there's like 2 different types of gum. One's like winter mint and the other's spearmint. And you're like, what's the difference between these? And I thought that was pretty funny, but whatever. So we're in game number 5. What do you guys think of this map?
It's pretty interesting.
I kind of like it. I've never seen anything like this.
It's got some. I liked how the camera started, where you're looking at some techno fatty tower.
Yeah.
Should be played every day, but it's not.
Yeah,
that's right.
What's the name of this map?
Quixotism, I think.
Yeah, I
won't even attempt to pronounce that thing.
Quixotism? I don't know. Is the X silent? I'm not sure. But
Quixote.
Don Quixote, right? Yeah. So this is really interesting. I've never played this map before. I've never even really seen it. So, and I'm liking what I see so far.
It's pretty mythy, as I would say.
I like it. I like the futuristic kind of look at these models here.
Is this from Jin? Is this from Jin or something?
That's what I thought, but
I'm
not sure.
I think it's got to be with the techno
flag
stuff on it.
Yeah, these models remind me of something that would be in Jin. Jin, as you may or may not know, is a total conversion for Myth 2. If you wanted to, you can actually download that and play it with your copy of Myth 2. Just grab it from the Tane and load it up. So,
and that was
yeah.
Jin was actually made by
quite some time ago. Yeah.
Made by Fizzj, which is FISJ, While he was working on Myth 3, actually, getting paid to make Myth 3, he took some of his free time with a couple other people and made gin.
Interesting.
Flag.
So,
Unless it's Bodhi and I'm not remembering right, but I think it was Fizz.
all right. Well,
I could use some gin.
so go ahead and fact check this if you're watching this video. Fact check everything Renwood says because everything he says is questionable, as we all know. So,
Check out down in the south, man. I'm making my move. You know what I'm saying?
all right. Yeah, here we go. Paris in the south. It's going to be coming up against Sam. And Sam's actually gotten one of the match MVPs that I've casted in previous week. And so this is exciting because everything boils down to this game. Kind of an interesting puss there by Shyster, just bouncing off the other goal. And he is going to be able to pick that up if he survives. But he might not survive.
His dwarf got
Nope,
blown
he
to
doesn't
pieces.
survive. That puss is still live. And yeah, his dwarf taken out. Oh, and that live puss taken by Eastwind.
Yeah.
He's going to toss that on that dwarf there.
Oh,
Nope.
blocked.
And it's still live. That is crazy. That's dudded like 3 or 4 times already. Another puss goes down.
Oh,
Doing quite a bit of damage. Sormulan, you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Alright, we're missing your insight. Some crazy puss going down, taking out that dwarf.
Yeah, I'm watching the same thing, so I don't really know what to add. I'm gonna watch North a little bit now, but
Yeah, keep us posted as it seems like Name Changer's gonna get not exactly cleaned up, but gonna suffer a lot of damage here in the south from those arrows.
in the North they have just dwarves defending on the NC team there.
And I
Those
just
are nice
Facing
plus
archers,
north.
which is
I just did
quite
my
Alright,
my
we're
own
gonna
fact checking, and gin was made by Vista Cartel, which contained Vody and Fizz, who both were hired to make Myth 3. So
Aha. So not only does it check out, but we got more information as well. Pretty cool. Yes, so north there's a lot happening also. South
looks like
Yeah.
they have to back away because
in like retrospect, I think they should have like rushed our north here. Like we had like one dwarf, but like we had archers and they had way more melee. Like they could have suffered some hits, and instead like Zach gets pussed and Browning moves into position.
Yeah, I mean, Name Changer's down already 61-79%. It's looking really good for Southern Parkians. And if you're on Name Changers right now, you're probably really discouraged because you came into this match up 2 games to 0. And all of a sudden it looks like it's a Cinderella story as Southern Parkians win the next 2 games and poised to take game number 5 here all of a sudden. That all happened really fast. Name Changers in the south, they kind of retreat back across the river. They're going to try to hold off Giant Killer General from advancing here. And then in the north,
Captured.
they're kind of taking some damage there from that dwarf.
I just saw the queue for a rush.
The queue for a rush. Where's that happening? In the south?
Captured.
yeah, in the south, dwarf
yeah.
just got pussed, and they're pushing, and the south is
yeah.
really gonna get cleaned up here.
71-43 on my screen at 5:45.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of melee surviving at this point for Name Changers. And some incredible dancing by Eastwind. He's able to survive with all of those archers shooting at him and manages to take out one before dying there. And all of those archers getting cleaned up. Basically, the entire southern force for Name Changers going down from that
Yeah.
push.
Genghis' dwarf was just dancing up north, and it hasn't. Oh,
There it is.
Journeyman took it out. Finally, I was gonna say that dude was disco dancing, man.
Yeah, so name changers managed to survive in the north, but I don't know if they have enough to just... There is just so
5
many
minutes
archers and that dwarf remaining in the
Flag
south
captured.
moving up to the north.
Flag contested.
It is territories, though, so as long as they minimize their losses,
Flag
they might have a
captured.
fighting chance at doing the flag grab. Although they're down to only holding 2 flags, and they don't have anything on the western side of the map.
This is an interesting game. There's just action all over the place. It's hard to keep track of.
Yeah, Sam just wait.
Yeah, Sam's puss goal just puss nothing.
Yeah.
He died.
Done it like 3 times or something.
Yeah, Sam having
Flag
some
captured.
bad luck with puss this game. And that was an interesting puss by Browning. Not sure what he was throwing that at. But Sam is holding on to that puss. He's waiting for an opportune moment. I think he might try to throw it at some of these archers. Yeah, he's going to try to move in. But he might lose that.
Yeah, it's lost anyway.
There it is.
Southern Parkians made the comeback, man. Down 2, come back with 3.
Well, yeah, very unfortunate for name changers, but as they say in Highlander, there can be only one. Southern Parkians, it looks like they are going to take the game and the match. As we see Zach rage quitting, or just leaving due to lag, I'm not sure.
Should have just bunched together the Stygians and hoped for Stig veterans against those archers. So they had 3 Stygians here: Fire Alarm and IC.
Yeah.
So was it that just this whole thing just came down to who pussed better? Was that at the beginning?
I mean, they had, like, there was some wild duds south, but what really happened was Sam and Shyster rushed us south with, like, whatever they had. They really, like,
And
fucked it up early.
That's gonna be it.
And they got smashed.
And some sad news, Chen Kenichi, oh well, likely our last Myth World Cup together. Kind of ominous there. We'll see if it pans out or not. As the name changers are eliminated from the Myth World Cup 2012, Southern Parkin is going to advance to the finals as they take the game and the win here in game number 5 of the bottom bracket finals.
Damn, Eastwind's ratios are fucking nice.
Yeah, Eastwind, I don't know, I'm going to have to analyze how he did in the other games. He might very well take MVP of this match. I'll have to scrutinize a little bit further.
I'd say
yeah.
Ghengis or Eastwind. You know, they did really well in this match. I'd say either one could get MVP. I'd say jointly they could grab it.
Yeah. There's been quite a few matches where I'm like, it's you know, down to 2 players and it's really hard to choose.
It all came down to certain points, and like at the end of the day, Ghengis did his job, which was like a different job than Eastwind. You know, they both contributed in their own way, which, you know, really made us come back, and you know, now we're on our way to the finals.
Right, and those finals actually haven't been played yet. They're going to be played on Sunday, I believe. So we have that to look forward to still. I want to thank everyone for joining me. And actually, before I end this video, I don't want to forget to scrutinize some of these ratios. Kenichi, 71 damage, doing a fairly good job, 12 kills for him. Yeah, Eastwind or Eric, 105 damage, 21 kills, pretty ridiculous. Ghengis Khan, 16 kills there. So there you have it. Any last thoughts before we wrap this up, you guys?
Well, just, you know, when you're at this level of play, if you got a couple people on your team with 1 kill or 2 kills or something, there's, you know, that's That's really going to seal the deal. And I was wondering, did you guys practice before this match, Paris, or?
We looked at the strats beforehand and figured out like what we're supposed to do. So, I mean, it's really like the masterminding of GKG and him telling us where to go, and like, you know, he needs to be comfortable that we know where to go, and we need to be comfortable that we know where to be when push comes to shove, you know?
Yeah, so he just, I mean, do you guys load up the maps or something, and then he shows you, like, positioning or unit trades or anything, or do you guys just go into the match and he says, you know, do this and do that?
We do like our research as a group, and you know, we didn't start until like last week though.
I have a question
Like
for
that
you,
was
Paris.
the first week we really needed it.
I have a question for you, Paris.
Shoot.
How confident are you coming into the final match against Grimm's My Team?
You know, I'm really confident. I really feel like that 5-0, you know, it needed to happen in some ways. It didn't need to happen in other ways. Like, you know, I only made 4 of the games, and I was so fucking exhausted from the night before because I didn't even expect to make it to that match, and got lucky enough to play in it. But like, you know, after that happened, we were like, all right, what are we gonna do from here on out? Like, do we still want to do this or what? Because that was fucking absolutely retarded. You know, I like to spend my time in like productive, or at least somewhat productive ways. Excuse of productive ways, but you know, like, if I'm winning, I can justify that excuse. So I'm pretty confident going into the finals, man. I'm ready to do my part, and you know, I'm pretty sure my team's ready to do that part. Well, not my team, but SV.
Right.
Well, I think, what about the, you know, the strategic qualities of GKG versus, I guess Grimm is always captaining? Is he their mastermind?
Nope.
No,
that would be
Bone
Bone.
always.
Bone. Oh, okay. See, I always thought that Bone and GKG were the best player / captains. Like I was telling Kirk the other day, I think he's the number 2 myth player. If only because GKG is really good and he can captain very well. So he can, you know, he's not just a one-trick player.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of a professor of myth strategy. GKG really. I think.
Yeah, he's been given that title a couple of times. You know, he likes to win too, and like, you know, I'm sure Bone does as well. But you know, whether it was captaining or as a player, if I had to put my bets on Bone or GKG, I'd put it on GKG all day. You'd be a fool not to unless you like had paid him to throw the match away.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
I think his posting of push not rush last Myth World Cup should be, if there's ever another Myth game, it should be printed and placed inside the box.
Well, yeah, he felt bad because like everyone sucks. It's not even like fun for him to come online and play anymore because, you know, everyone like plays with their head up their ass, and you get like half the server with trolls. You know, I don't blame him, man. You know.
Well, that's what we
Bulls
have Myth World
was-
Cup for.
Yeah, and you know, Chicago Bulls was a great experience last year. You know, we played NC last year. We beat them, like, and you know, this year we have to go to sudden death to get our ring. So we'll see what happens.
This is shaping up to be a really interesting Myth World Cup, I have to say. The bottom bracket finals, just watching them, so close. I mean, this could have gone either way pretty easily, I think, just because Name Changers came up with the early lead the first 2 games, and all it would have taken for them to win the match would have been just, you know, one slip up by somebody on Southern Parkians, and the fact that that didn't happen and Southern Parkians were able to take the match, you know, just you know, to me that's pretty epic, you know, pretty epic showdown there. And then also Southern Parkians coming into the finals, They are going to be the bottom bracket finalists. So even if they win, it's going to be a best of 7, as we know. And even if they win, there's going to have to be kind of like a tiebreaker series after that, since my team is as yet undefeated.
Yep. Yeah, they have to. The winner of the tournament will have to win 2 games in a row if it goes to sudden death.
Or 2. Is that
matches.
Is that how it is? 2.
Yep.
2 wins in a row after. And how does it work? Is it like kind of if you win a game, you choose the next game, or like how does? Or is there a set?
Yeah, like
some set maps?
I've been in like I'd say this will be my 5th MWC finals, and out of the I'd say the one in 2006 and the one in 2008, both of those had to do with going to sudden death, and you have to pick a map from the tournament that has been already played. I'm not exactly sure, like the game type restriction might depend on the year and the rules, but usually you pick the same game type that was used, and that way no one's downloading maps after everyone's been playing for like 4 hours already.
Yeah, I was kind of curious how
that.
how that worked out. So that's interesting to know. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
Well, we know
Excellent.
that Grim is going to choose Flag Rally if if it comes down to it. It's going to be Flag Rally as much as he can stuff in there.
Why do you say that?
Because he's a Flag Rally loving bastard. That's why.
Because like half of the games are Flag Rally in this tournament. Is that?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Well, the Flag Rally is pretty cool. It's got a lot of strategy, but what I hate is, you're guarding this thing, and then if they cap it, all of a sudden that position is worthless. Now you're on the wrong side of the map, and now you can't even get into make any sort of difference. It's really I guess it's the most difficult game type, really.
That's probably why he likes it so much. Well, I want to thank everyone here for toughing it out and joining me in the bottom bracket finals cast, especially Paris for making an appearance so close to the finals being played. So
no problem, man. It was a pleasure, and everyone that came here was great environment to be around.
Yeah, it was
Right.
fun to talk to you in person there, Paris.
Yeah, you too, Runwood. A lot of people don't understand your humor because they think you're serious, but you're really like laughing your ass off the whole time. It's pretty funny.
Much. Well, in real life I got to be serious all the time. So in Myth, I try to impress people with the work that we do, and then I just kind of act like a jackass the rest of the time.
I don't know if that's the best way to advertise, but you do what you do, man. You do what you do.
Hey, games are about freedom to me. So it's like being down at the pub or something. You kind of just say what you think, and you don't worry about censoring yourself. And sometimes it gets you in a bit of hot water.
Yeah, but fuck it. It's all in a day's work.
But yeah, thanks for having us, NewMutator, and everybody else who may or may not be asleep at this moment.
Right, Sormiron. It's probably Sormiron. Gosh, I don't even know how close I am to pronouncing that correctly or not. But
don't worry about it.
But
People
thanks
just
for joining
write
us.
Sorb anyway.
Sorm, yeah. This whole tournament I've been calling you Sorm Iron, so hope that doesn't offend you or anything.
Nah, it doesn't. It's a fictional name anyway. So.
Yeah, he actually told us off the cast that that name was from a book that he was writing or is writing. It's a character's name from that
No,
book.
I
So-
was planning to write it. And I
Planning
was
to
like
write it. Well, if
14 years old when
Oh.
I made it. So.
Well, if it ever turns out to
Nostalgia.
just let us know. Keep us in the loop as
Yeah,
to what happens with that. But thanks for joining us all the way from Sweden, and then of course also on the East Coast, where it's probably approaching 4 in the morning. Holy
Yeah.
cow! Paris, of course, and then Slothman. Thanks for joining us as well, Slothman.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Thanks for having me.
No, my pleasure. Slothman actually wasn't playing in the tournament this year, but you know, he approached me and said, "Yeah, let's get some casting done." So, you know, I'm glad to have him a part of these videos. Once again, I hope you enjoyed all of these videos I've been bringing to you, and thanks for joining us. This is NewMutator, and oh, and I almost forgot Renwood. Thanks again for agreeing to join us. You know, one of the more controversial figures in the myth community, so it's always fun to bring everyone that perspective.
The most.
Right. The most, if not one of the most. Yeah, most definitely. All right, so that's going to be it for the bottom bracket finals. Thanks, everyone, for joining us, and we'll see you next match.